Hello friends, welcome back to the session. We are going to continue lesson number 8, lesson number 9. The topic is reproduction in animals. Yesterday we learned about fertilization. We also learned about internal fertilization yesterday. That is the fertilization which occur in the body of female animal is called the internal fertilization. Today we are going to learn about the external fertilization. Before that, some information is given in the box about test tube baby. What is it? Let us go through it. Bujo and Paheli's teacher once told them in the class that in some women oviducts are blocked. These women are unable to bear babies because sperms cannot reach the egg for fertilization. In such cases, doctors collect freshly released egg and sperms and keep them together for a few hours for IVF, or in full form in vitro fertilization, that is fertilization outside the body. In case fertilization occurs, the zygote is allowed to develop for about a week and then it is placed in the mother's uterus. Complete development takes place in the uterus and the baby is born like any other baby. Babies born through this technique are called test tube babies. This term is actually misleading because babies cannot grow in test tube. So, what is given? You also might have heard about this fact, the IVF method or test tube babies. So, what is it? Some women are unable to have babies because their oviduct or fallopian tubes are blocked. So this prevents the ova being fertilized as the male gametes from the father cannot come in contact with the female gametes of mother. So this problem can be overcome through test tube baby technology. In this technique, what is happening? Freshly matured ova collected from a woman's ovary by using a special method and semen from men are kept in an incubator. These sperms fertilize the ova to form an embryo or zygote. After a week, the embryo thus formed is then inserted into the woman's womb, where the embryo gets implanted and develops into a baby about in 9 months. The baby thus produced is called a test tube baby. And this technique was first successfully introduced in humans in the year 1978. And this is called in vitro fertilization, or in short called IVF. Now you can see some animals fertilization take place outside the body of female, and this type of fertilization is called external fertilization. So in these type of animals, the fertilization take place in water. They are mostly water animals like frog, fish, etc. If you visit some ponds or streams during rainy season, you can see cluster of frogs eggs floating in water. It is just like bubbles like that only. One black dot like that will be there on each bubble like that you can see. What is that? It is not one egg alone. There will be hundreds of eggs together just floating like a mass like that. That is we can observe during rainy season in the pond or that streams, spring like that places. So that is the frog's egg. That means what? The female frog is laying eggs in water and that is floating in water. Now how that fertilization occur? You can see it. During spring or rainy season, frogs and toads move to ponds or slow flowing streams. When the female and male come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs that we are seeing. Unlike hen's egg, frog's egg is not covered by a shell. It is comparatively very delicate. A layer of jelly hold the eggs together and provide protection to the eggs. What is happening? We can see in spring or rainy season, frog's egg floating in water, that we can see. Then how it is happening? When this male and female come together in water, the female is laying hundreds of eggs. After that, what is happening? During spring and rainy season, frogs and toads, they move to the ponds or streams. Then the female laying hundreds of eggs. After that, the eggs are very, very delicate. They are not having a hard shell like frogs, hen's egg. You might have seen hen's egg. Hen's egg is having a hard outer covering, but this one is not having. It is having a jelly-like substance as the layer outside it, which holds them together and provide protection to them. After that, see what is happening. See, this is the picture. You can see here picture. These are the eggs of frog which is floating in water. It's bubbles like that looking, and on each one black dot like that also looking. This is the cluster of eggs. Now, as these eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. Each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail. The sperms come in contact with the eggs. This results in the fertilization. This type of fertilization, in which the fusion of a male and female gametes take place outside the body of the female, is called external fertilization, and it is very common in aquatic animals such as fish, starfish, etc. So what is happening after this? So the female frog is laying eggs in water. Now the male one eject or release sperms directly on the cluster of floating eggs. So what is happening? The sperms swim in water with the help of their long tail. The sperm is having a long tail, using that it can swim in water. And the sperm swim in water with the help of their long tail and fertilize the eggs. So hundreds of eggs are there in the cluster, and the sperms are also released in so many, but all are not getting fertilized. In fish also the same way fertilization occurs. In fish also fertilization is external, that is the female fish is laying eggs and the male fish is releasing sperms over the cluster of eggs. So this type of fertilization, in which the fusion of male and female gametes take place outside the body of the female, is called the external fertilization. And usually it is seen in aquatic animals like a starfish, jellyfish, etc. These fish, they gather in large group in water, and they lay eggs, the sperms together on the surface of water. The sperms fuse with the eggs on water to form zygote, and the zygote develop into new organism in water. So this type of fertilization, in which the fusion of male and female gametes take place outside the body of the female, is called external fertilization. And this type of fertilization usually happens in water, and in water we can see aquatic animals. So it is usually happening in aquatic animals. So yesterday we have learned about internal fertilization. What is internal fertilization? The fertilization which take place inside the body of the female organism is called internal fertilization. So today we have learned about external fertilization. What is external fertilization? The fertilization in which the fusion of male and female gametes take place outside the body of the female is called external fertilization. Can you say the examples of animals in which external fertilization is happening? Which are they? Frog, fish, starfish, etc. So today we will conclude the session here. We will continue in the next video. Thank you.